what is this I hear about Borderlands finally coming out? And yo, okay, so I just watched the trailer, and I've never played any Borderlands. I'm not gonna lie to you. So this is coming out fresh. I do know of the game. I get it. I get it. It's supposedly the first looter shooter. So what I see here is I didn't even look into who's the publisher. So I came in here like fresh, okay? And what I see here is straight microtransactions everywhere. You got all of the customization with the guns. You got clearly 4-player co-op. I know that's what they're planning on doing. So, you know, um, obviously you're gonna be able to tweak your characters in terms of like the actual look of the characters. So they're definitely gonna do it that way. And I don't want to be a negative Nancy or whatever the case is. I'm not really feeling the art style. I saw that there was a good amount of frame rate issues in the trailer. It looked like there was a lot of frame rate issues in the trailer. Um, they know their demographic. I can tell you that they know who they want to target. It's clear. Um, it could be. I mean, honestly, like Destiny was mostly played as a single player. I mean, as a co-op game. I mean, the art style is very cohesive. It has the whole like what do you call it again? Overwatch type vibe to me. With the cell shaded and cartoon and that aesthetic. So it looks like honestly they hammered it. They hammered what they want. It could be the next Destiny or the next looter shooter. Honestly, I just see microtransactions all over the place. Just the art style lends itself to be something cool and stylish and shit like that. But I was like, okay, I see where they're going with this. I mean, if they can pull it off, whatever. I'm not going to knock anyone's hustle. And I'm not going to be one of those people that will bitch about, oh, microtransactions everywhere and gaming rights and, oh gosh, what's the word that they always say? Anti-consumerism. Fuck that shit. So, whatever. That's how I think about it. That's what I think. But in other news, I wanted to make a video about this, and I gave it a lot of thought regarding the state of play. At first, I had a video about it. It was like a on-the-go video. I'm going to like kind of discuss it, and not in this particular format. And I thought about it. There was a lot of expectations about this. This state of play, this supposedly Sony Direct. Sony has never called their platform a Direct. That was a lot of gaming publications and other YouTube channels that they called it that. So they clearly set themselves up for failure. Clearly, no, Sony has never stated that this was some sort of Direct or it's fucking March. There's a lot of impatient people because of Stadia releasing. There's the Stadia that everybody was like screaming about. Fucking CNN was talking about Stadia, giving them play for no reason. Then there's the xCloud, and people want to know what is Sony doing. They're very fucking quiet. They're super quiet. What are you doing behind closed doors? And I'm sure Sony's looking at this shit like, bitch, you got games like you got The Last of Us, Death Stranding, fucking Days Gone. Worry about what you have now. Like, fucking chill. Either way, they clearly don't want to show their hands. I'm sure of it. They don't want to show their hands. I wouldn't want to show their hands either, show my hands either. So once again, shout out to the Roundtable Podcast and Thrash, King Thrash. Here's the thing, right? And I agree with him on this one. At first, I thought that they were going to use this, state of play to kind of touch up on games that they're going to release, like the release dates for The Last of Us or videos of Death Stranding or whatever the case is. But there was a lot of VR and a lot of people were fucking pissed off about it. And what I thought about this shit, I was like, and this is what King Thrash said as well. They want to make sure that, and this is in my original video, I'm not going to release it, but I thought about this too. They want to make sure they're in your mind. You know what I mean? And this is not the last state of play. They just want to make sure that you think about them. At least you didn't, forget about them. And as a bonus, they're the highest selling. I mean, unfortunately, VR is not like mainstream, and I don't really give a fuck about VR, to be honest with you. I don't have it. I could have gotten it for free. I don't want it. I really don't. I don't want wires and shit like that. I don't want no obsolete shit. Make it wireless and make it less bulky. But either way, of course they want to promote their VR box. And and the funny thing is, Sony has clearly stated for the last 3 years there was the disappointing PlayStation experience that everybody thought that, what they're going to show. They literally said that they were going to be talking to developers and people set themselves up for failure there. I get it. You know what I mean? They had amazing E3s prior to that. And PlayStation experiences prior to that. I think The Last of Us was actually shown there. But they told you that they were going to do it. It's okay. Shame on them. The second thing that they had is with this recent E3, I think last year, they straight up said that, we're just going to show the 4 games that we have, or 5, whatever it is, and that's it. Everybody thought that they were going to have some kind of secret fucking game on there, and they didn't believe them. So now it's shame on you. They literally said that they're not going to show anything else. And then in this fucking case here, with the state of play, they said it was going to be PS4 news and VR stuff, so they literally told you what it was going to be. Once again, people set themselves up for failure, thinking it was going to do something extra. They're not going to show anything for PS5. They're not going to show it, especially in some kind of 20-minute rinky-dink fucking video. They're not going to show anything about that. I don't know where this is coming from people. They wouldn't show it anyway because, it's too early. They haven't even released their heavy hitters. At least allow them to release a release date for these heavy hitters before you get any kind of nugget regarding PS5. I don't know where people are coming from with that. Like they're not going to show anything PS5 related, so you can get that shit out your mind. I don't get it. Fucking, people are going to, whatever. And then they're antsy too. There's a lot of people that are super antsy. Oh, what are they going to do? What are you going to do? You going to let Google do you like that? You going to let Google? They're not even in the game. And I already have a video about Stadia as well, so I'm not even going to go into there in xCloud. I ain't saying shit about that. As a segue to, next generation consoles and PS5 and stuff like that, we were talking about the teraflops. So there are people that are speculating that the teraflops is going to be 10 teraflops for the PS4, maybe 11, or PS5, excuse me, and maybe 11 for the new Xbox, Anaconda. I don't want none unless you got Bun's Hun system. I don't know what the fuck they're doing with it. I don't think you can't quantify teraflops anymore because there's more efficient code that goes along with the teraflops. But what I do think, I said this before, I really do believe that that's what they're going to end up doing. I think that the teraflops for the PS5 is probably going to be 12. Or at least at least 11.8, and that's what people are kind of speculating now. They're not going to, especially with the Stadia being like 10. But I think really the PS5 is going to be 12 teraflops, and that's going to basically house a lot of the VR requirements, not tech but requirements. Making games like over 60 frames a second and stuff like that, even if it's reduced quality or just PS4 quality. That future-proofs the system, for sure. And in terms of the future, what are they going to do for like the PS5 Pro? We don't know how successful, the Pro was, PS4 Pro was. We don't know how successful it is, so we don't know. We have no idea. But that's what the speculation is. It'll be interesting because they're going to do 4K as a norm. So what I think, if they're going to do the PS4 or PS5 Pro, all games are going to be 60 frames a second at that point in time. That's what I think. That's what's going to happen. Um, you can't do 8K at the moment. It's not even a viable like resolution right now, and it won't be for a long time. We just got used to 4K a couple years ago, and there's a lot of content that's not 4K. So maybe higher resolutions, maybe more options. You know what I mean? But I think it's going to be 4K 60 with the pro versions of these consoles. So I think that model they definitely want to do, and they got a lot of feedback, and I think that's what they're going to end up doing with that. You know what I mean? So it'll be very interesting. I would keep saying this, but it'll be super super interesting. Speaking of PS5, there's patents going all over the place regarding the backwards compatibility. Here's the thing, right? They clearly are going to allow for you, and I've looked at the patents as well, and it seems like they're going to do PS4 backwards compatibility. That's the easiest in terms of not copyrights, but licensing. They already have everything, and I'm sure they reworked the licensing and stuff like that to allow them to do the whole backwards compatibility. Because that's the issue with the PS3, PS2, PS1. Not only is the PS4 not really capable of emulating PS3, but it can emulate PS2 for sure. But then there's a lot of licensing issues that they probably didn't foresee, and that's what's causing a lot of the delays. And there's not a lot of people that's going to actually buy it to make it viable for them to really release it out there. I don't know. I know they're definitely going to, do some sort of backwards compatibility with the PS4, for sure. So that's something that you gotta look. That's something that you gotta look out for. But these patents are most likely about the PS4. That's probably what it's going to be. There's a lot of people speculating that it's not for the PS4, that it's for the PS2 and 1 and 3. We don't know. We'll see. Everyone's playing Sekiro right now. Sekiro, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I'm not going to sit there and pretend like I have a good Japanese excuse me, Japanese accent or whatever the case is. So I'm not even going to try it. Sekiro, whatever the fuck the shit is. Everybody's playing it. I wanted to buy it. There was a review that said they had day and night cycles. That is not true. I have a strong fetish for day and night cycles because it asks for, the immersion. But I don't know. I'm not really feeling feeling everybody being on his dick. But there is a rumor about From Software. I want to say Firm, but From Software. Supposedly they're making like an open world game. So they say it's open world. It's going to be published by Namco Bandai. Damn, I got that shit from Namco Bandai. I got that shit completely crossed up. Sorry about that. They said something about a bunch of kingdoms that you can go in any order. They get abilities from killing leaders in these kingdoms. They may show up for E3. George R.R. Martin is one of the lead writers, supposedly. I don't know. I kind of wanted a Bloodborne too, but that probably won't be that probably gonna be a PS5 game. Most likely it's gonna be a PS5 game. You know what? I didn't even say anything about the VR, the PlayStation VR. So supposedly they sold 4.2 million units. And it's the highest selling. It's the highest selling VR. So that is very. Oh shoot! I got some kind of email. What the fuck is this? As you know, it is necessary for us to have proof of physical damage coverage or follow the loan agreement. We don't have the information we need. Oh my god, what do you want? I'm sorry. What do you want? Man, it's too early for you to be sending me all this shit. What is this? Look at this white bitch. If we do not receive proof of insurance very soon, we may be forced to purchase physical damage insurance coverage at your expense of the premium. Oh, I can't be reading this right now. They're doing too much right now. I don't know what the fuck that is. Either way. Anyway, going back to what we were going to say. It's fucking I'm like on my phone and they're sending me like emails about this car and all the other bullshit. I can't deal with it. It's so much like if you look at the Cyan and I fucking playthrough or not playthrough playlist. That's all the bullshit I'm going through now. You know, my car being keyed and shit like that. Anyway, I'm not gonna go into it. So yeah, that's the highest selling VR equipment, and that's low. 4.2 million. It's been out for 2 years. That's super low, but it's a, you know, you have to buy extra hardware and shit like that. And you know, VR is gonna be a very slow burn. I'm just really, you know, you need to be aware of that. It's gonna be a slow burn. Don't expect too much out of that shit. It's going to be a slow burn. And that's okay though, and that's okay. So if you went around the gaming news and saw this shit and it was like 4.2 million units, people gotta buy, like at one point it was like $400, now it's $200 now. And that's a lot of money to be invested in it, and then there's not a lot of hardware. It's still a very new technology, so people don't know how to make games for it. So don't expect too much out of that. If it's gonna catch you know, hold up the industry, it's gonna be you're gonna need a lot. So let me see here. I don't think I have any other news, to be honest with you. I want to go back and see what's going on. I think I covered everything. We talked about the backwards compatibility. We even talked about a little bit of Sekiro. We talked about their new, you know, their new IP. Not really much going on, honestly, in the gaming news, other than the fact that, you know, Days Gone is coming out, and I fucking can't wait. It's getting better. It's looking better and better and better, and I'm super stoked for that. I can't wait. Oh yeah, that is right. There is something that I wanted to talk about. Oh, what is it? I'm gonna try to look for it right now. That is something. I already talked about the fucking state of play and stuff like that. I think really that's it. I thought I had something here. I don't think it was I don't think it's anything else. Everything is not really noteworthy, so I better wrap this video up. Sorry about that. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you like or dislike about the video, and I wanted to wrap it up because I need to check to see what the fuck they're talking about, because they give me this pretty little email talking about I need to send some fucking information in there, and I just can't be bothered right now. I have to be on top of it because I'm an adult. I have to do adult things, but whatever. But let me know in the comments what you like or dislike about the video, and if you liked it, this would be appreciated. Peace.